Welcome to Survivor Not By Chance podcast, where we share survivor stories. Every story is different, every journey is different, but yet we are all survivors. We survive not by chance, but we survive because we fought to survive. Now it's time for us to thrive. Let's get started. Welcome to Survivor Not By Chance podcast. We are back once again. I'm so excited. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Dom B, and she's going to talk about her journey with being in the music industry and continually being her authentic self. A lot of times we're in spaces where people try to change us and try to make us to conform to the way of how everyone else is, but that's not what our journey is about. That's not what our path is. Each of us have our own individual path. Each of us have our own individual journey. And because we have our own journey, sometimes it's still hard for us to be authentically ourselves. And so Dom is going to give us some amazing experiences on how she was able to authentically be herself. So a little bit about Dom B. Dom B is the enchanting singer and songwriter hailing from Burlington, New Jersey. From the tender age of 10 years old, her singing journey began in the church choir, eventually leading her into the world of musical theater throughout her middle school and high school years. What sets Dom B apart is her commitment to her authenticity in music, a mission for bringing real emotions, genuine situations, and pure artistry back to the mainstream. She believes in the power of less is more in mainstream R&B, an approach that reconnects listeners to the soul of music. Let me tell y'all, I be listening to her music and I'm like I literally feel the energy that she puts in her music. And want to talk about how she got started and where she is today and what's led her on this path to being her authentic self while being in the music industry. So I'm going to share something with you all. This is Dom B. Listen to her music. She is on YouTube. She is on Instagram. She is singing all over the country, y'all. You got to find out where her next event is because you want to hear her sing live. So here we go.
But it's hard to move on. Don't know why you're surprised that I'm making new, boy. I'ma pull up crazy in a new toy. I know you missed it, I was committed. No future, I'm good, love, enjoy. Yeah, I just hope it was worth it. You telling me every day that I'm perfect. Keeping up with all the lies and switching sides. And really hoping you find your purpose. Don't trust it if he don't hold your hand out in public. But fuck you like you the one he in love with. Girl, don't trust it if you treat his trauma like a crutch. And always say you're doing too much. Oh, don't trust it.
Yes, did y'all hear that? Dom B is the bomb. Okay, I'm gonna bring her up. Come on, let me introduce you, Dom B. Thank you so much for being here, Queen.
Thank you for having me, Asia. You read that intro, girl. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yes, Queen. You are absolutely amazing. You're doing some phenomenal work. Just hearing your voice, hearing your vibe, your energy in person is so illuminating. You just have this positive energy about you, and you're so humble. Like to see you on the screen and to see you in person, it's like you're just so humble with all the gifts and talents you have. So tell us, how did you get started when it comes to singing?
Yes, well, first and foremost, thank you so much, Asia, for having me. And I feel the same way about you. I was so happy that I got to meet you in person twice now, because I always heard all these great things about you, from our mutual friends. So thank you, thank you. But yes, as far as my musical journey in singing, I started singing in middle school, and from there I went on to high school and did a lot of musical theater. And that's where I really learned, a lot of technique, how to breathe, just all of the things that goes into like stage presence, writing, So I was super, super grateful for that. It was really, really high school and doing that theater that really helped me to, get started singing and figuring out what I like to sing and, how to be on stage. So, yeah.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful queen. So I just want to say thank you all for who are watching. I see the people who are watching. I see the comments. I see Jay Reese. She says, yes, queen. Thank you for being here. So if you have any questions during the show for Dom B, please type your questions in the comment. Any questions you have for Dom B, please type them in the comments so that way we can address your questions while we're moving forward. So I heard you say writing. Let's talk about writing.
Okay.
How did you get started writing your own music?
So honestly, so it was in college. I was just going through a lot, honestly. Like I always journaled because my mom had taught me that growing up. If you feel a way or you get something off your chest, instead of running your mouth, write it down. So I was used to doing that, but I don't know. I guess I just decided, hey, I love singing and I also love writing, so why not just put the two together? So it started off as therapy for me,
Mm.
but it really turned into just being able to relate to people. So whenever someone asks me, why do you do music? Why is this your passion? It is therapy in a sense, but more so just so that I can connect with people. Like I love when someone comes up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, girl, like that song touched my heart. Like I know exactly how you felt." So that's where I know I kind of went on a tangent, but that's why I do write. So I talk about my own experiences, others, just to really just relate to people. So yeah.
I love that. And also, I want to talk about not only your writing, but the style of music that you're writing. So, a lot of R&B artists talk about things that I'm not going to mention on this show because I want to get flagged.
I already know what you mean.
A lot of artists talk about things that are popular that sell.
Yeah.
A lot of artists, they will minimize their purpose initially when they first start out and change up and do whatever the music label wants them to do. So, how do you find a balance in between creating the music that you actually enjoy, opposed to doing what someone's telling you should do in that industry?
I love that question. And honestly, the word I try to keep in mind when it comes to that is discernment. So
Mm,
one of the biggest things that I had to learn doing music and just honestly in life is you have to be able to discern what's uncomfortable and what's
mm,
uncomfortable.
yeah.
So when you are growing and changing and evolving as a person, as an artist, as anything, to feel uncomfortable is natural because that's the only way that you grow. But when something is uncomfortable, something that just doesn't resonate with who you are, something that your friends, your family wouldn't be proud of because it's just not you, that's when you have to use that discernment. So for me, the way that I do that is I think about my future self and I say, hey, what would my self in 10 years looking back on this moment or this situation say? So that's really how I do it. You just have to be able to discern what's uncomfortable and what's uncomfortable. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that's what I would say.
That's beautiful. And I think a lot of times people tend to forget that regardless of where they are, they can still be themselves. They can still be comfortable and be uncomfortable being with who they are and not having to conform. Have you had any challenges where you worked with, say, a producer or a manager or anyone in the past? You don't have to name anyone or be specific. A situation where someone wanted you to write a certain way or sing a specific way that was out of your comfortability far as within your intuition or your divinity.
Yes, so many times, especially like when I first started singing. I really didn't know a whole lot of people that did music, especially where I'm from. So, finding this one person that I know and linking up with that person at the studio and working with this producer and that producer, it was really just me. And
Mm,
being so green, I'm like, okay, whatever they're telling me to do, I should probably try it. I've never been here before. I've never done this. So I would be sitting here lying to you, Asia, if I was to say, I never said anything that, I'm not proud of, or I haven't tried a different style that I don't necessarily like. But honestly, I'm really thankful for those experiences because now I know what I like, what I don't like, and I know how to have those crucial conversations like when I really don't want to do something.
right.
So yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah, that's
Plenty of
beautiful. And it happens to all of us. A
times.
lot of times we don't realize that people are trying to, so people can pull you out of your comfortable zone to help you grow. And
Right.
then people can pull you out of your comfortable zone, your comfort zone, to push you in a different direction where they want you to be. And
Right.
so, like Don B said, you have to be sure that you're using your intuition to determine which direction it is that you're going in. And this goes for anything in life. You
Mm,
could uh, work in corporate America. You could stay at home. Whatever you do, you have to make sure that you're using discernment when you're choosing the direction that you're going in, and continually being your authentic self in each experience that you have moving forward. So I want to look at the comments really quickly. We have Shanae. She says, amazing energy. Noni says, yes, queen. Black girl magic. Yes. Noni has a question for you. And her question is, who are your biggest influences in music and who inspires you?
Oh, so many people. Yeah, so biggest influence in music. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I am a proud member of the Beehive. I'm not a crazy Beehive fan. I'm not the crazy kind, I promise, but I truly do admire Beyonce, just her vocal ability and her performing ability, as we all know, is just incredible. If we're throwing it back a little bit, I'm gonna have to bring up my girl Whitney Houston.
Yes.
Whitney Houston, her voice is just, we already know. I don't even have to speak on it. And then someone else that I was heavily influenced by when I was younger was Christina Aguilera and Tamia. So I
Oh,
love them.
I,
My mom and dad played them in the car all the time. So definitely those ladies. Males, I love me some Mario. I think he's so underrated as far as his vocal ability. So I love
yeah.
to his riffs and his runs. Like he's just, I love his voice. And another old time favorite of mine is Luther Vandross. I love me some Luther. Love him.
Yes.
Not only his voice, but just his songs. They're so simple. If you listen, he doesn't say a lot, but he says so much. So
Yes.
I love Luther for that. Yeah, so I could keep going, but those are a few of my influences.
That's beautiful. Now, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna be honest. My friends, my circle, they
Mm,
inspire me. I I just have the most amazing group of friends that I could ever ask for. I felt like growing up, I never had like a solid group of people in my life. I always had this group here, and they weren't really my friends. They were just people that like I was acquainted with. But my friends and their journeys in life, just our conversations we have, the way that they build me up, the way that we build each other up,
yeah.
I'm inspired by them every single time I'm with them. And honestly, that's why I was so grateful, to meet you, Asia, because I'm just adding to this group of women that are so close to me that truly like are doing things in the world that are changing people's perspectives and helping heal trauma. Like I love that. And I just love to see my friends walk in their purpose. And that inspires me, whether it be relationships, whether it be careers. And yeah, I don't have a super close family, so I know a lot of people say, like, "Oh, my mom definitely inspires me." Like, yeah,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
you know what I mean. So definitely, the women in my life, my close friends, for sure.
That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And
Oh,
I'm so grateful that we have had our interactions and have met. And I feel like you're one of my little sisters. Like I'm just adding you on to the
yes, I
team.
am. I'm your unofficial little sister. We declared it tonight.
You have such a beautiful, genuine spirit, and you're always that way. Like I've never seen you not be authentic.
Thank you.
And I appreciate that about you so much because the love that you emit to others is it's something that people wish they had the opportunity to be in the presence, and you give that, and I thank you for that, Queen.
Asia, thank you, thank you.
My pleasure. So we have quite a few comments and questions in here. Um, Another question Shanae asks is, what is one message you would tell to give to your fans?
One message I would tell to give to my fans. Um, I think I would tell them to be nice to themselves.
Mm,
We are on social media too much. And I just believe the amount of content that we look at each day is just not healthy. And I think it really messes with our minds and us, and we don't even know it. So
yeah.
we may look at what other people are doing or how other people look and start to think negative thoughts and not even knowing that we're doing it because of the content. So just always try to just always encourage yourself no matter what. Um, yeah, that's what I would say.
That is so beautiful. Y'all see what I'm talking about with being your authentic self, how Dom B is the exact perfect person for this interview.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much for that,
Girl.
because that is something that I try to tell my clients and my friends and my family, that is very important to be kind to yourself.
Yes.
You are the priority,
Yes.
and you making yourself the priority gives you the ability to help others. But if you're not the priority and you're not pouring into your cup, you don't have anything to give out.
Exactly.
So that is beautiful, Queen. Thank you.
Preaching. You preaching. Yeah.
So we have some more comments. Yes, Tamia is so underrated.
Hey, girl.
Absolutely know yourself. And I see Steph says, we love you.
Love you, Steph.
Uh, okay, we have, Cadabra Intuitive Alchemy. She says, your voice is definitely a vibe. You give me Phyllis Hyman in the depth and passion she had for music, as well as your light. Oh, that is
That was
beautiful,
a great compliment. Thank you so much.
Queen. Yes. we
And I
got
love Phyllis Hyman, so thank you. That's
we
beautiful.
got big facts. We have a whole bunch of fire signs. Yes, absolutely. I love, 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 love this.
Thank you.
So I will say, from listening to some of your music, I have noticed that you talk a lot about inner healing in your music.
Yes.
And you are the absolutely only artist that I know who actually goes deep into talking about inner healing. What made you start writing songs about inner healing?
Oh, Asia, that is so. I love that. I love that question. I've never been asked that, and for you to observe that, that's really cool. I had to heal myself, just very. I
Mm.
went through a lot in my younger years, and I just had to. When it came to men and realizing my self worth and just letting things happen to myself. So it was just just talking to myself, giving myself advice, because I think a lot of times we know the answer. It's just we need the right person to say it to us, even though
Mhm.
we already know. So I just try to do that through my music because I just say what I would have wanted someone to say to me.
Yes.
going through those things. So yeah.
Beautiful. And so, when you talk about the inner healing, you also talk about something called projection. A
Mhm.
lot of people don't know what projection is or projecting. And in one of the songs in particular, like the one I just played, you're
Mhm.
speaking to a specific person and asking them about the work that they did within themselves. Like you're holding that mirror up.
Yeah.
So walk us through that process in your mind and how you were able to create that.
So so you mean the song that you just played?
Yeah.
Oh
You
my
don't
God.
have to say who it's about or anything like that, but just the thought process in regards to you pulling that mirror up to that person,
Yeah.
saying, I need you to look at your inner trauma. I need you to look at your inner self and stop projecting those things onto me that you're going through.
Absolutely. So it was just I really had to so I this is gonna sound crazy, but I listened I mean, I'm sorry, I saw this movie. Tyler Perry has this movie. It's the one where he's like Janet Jackson is in it, and I think it's one of the second movies. I don't know specifically. But anyway, she's a therapist in the movie, and she gave advice to her friends to say, "Hey, um, write down all of the negative things in your relationship and write down on one side of the piece of paper and write down all the positive things. And when you look at both lists, see which one outweighs the other." So when
Mm-hmm.
I was coming out of that relationship or just recognizing the things that were happening in that relationship, that's what I did. And I was able to see, wow, this is some shit. Like I'm not supposed to be experiencing this. This isn't right. This is wrong. So it was just, realizing and calling out the manipulation, and just saying, hey, you've tried to justify these things to me and I accepted it, but I can't anymore because I deserve more. I deserve better.
Yes.
So I hope I answered that question
Yeah.
correctly, but a lot of the things, like I know I mentioned in that song, you were hiding me, but you blame it on being private, not wanting to
Mm.
speak out loud, knowing that that's something that I want and I deserve. You stepping out on me and doing the things you do because you have trauma, because you have things that you need to fix within yourself. That's not an excuse for me to be abused. So, really just getting down to the nitty-gritty of what exactly I was feeling and what I was going through in that relationship and just spelling it out to him. So he knew and understood that. And I hope you can still hear me. I can't really it's kinda like
We can still hear you. It's okay. I know your camera froze, but we can still hear you. That's fine.
okay, cool. But yeah, I hope I answered that question.
Yes, you did. You definitely did, Queen. And the thing is, one thing people don't realize about healing is that you have to do your own inner work.
Yeah.
If you're not doing your own inner work, you're going to continue to project your fears, your doubts, your worries onto other people. And and it can be very abusive at times.
Mhm.
The movie that you were talking about is Why Did I Get Married by Tyler Perry.
Yes.
That that movie was very such a great movie. If you have not seen it, please, I highly suggest that you go see that movie.
Mhm.
It's a couple of them out. And basically it talks about different relationships and how we hold on to relationships. Sometimes we need to let go of different relationships in order for us to have exactly what we need and what we deserve.
Yes.
And that's similar to what you were talking about in that song.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly what I was talking about. Yep, you hit it right on the head. Yep.
Yes. So we have Steph said that was such an amazing question. Thank you,
But
Steph.
it really was. Really was.
Shanae says top quality artist. Wale, yes. Wake up, people. Yes. Steph says, I really love that your music is so powerful. Man, it lifts me up every time. That is amazing. We have some hand claps in here. And Steph said, definitely one of my favorite movies. Yes, that is a great movie.
Love it, love it. I wish I could see the comments. It's all frozen, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
try to see if you can just turn your camera off and turn it back on.
Okay, let's see. It's okay. We could just keep going. I don't want to mess it up.
Fine. No, you're fine. You're not messing anything up. This is us being us ourselves authentically, okay?
We have an issue trying to fix it, but it's all good.
um, so, do you have anything that you want to tell the audience before we go? And I'm going to also still ask you about what we talked about behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, that's completely fine. I just wanted to, I guess I just wanted to say, definitely, like I said earlier, if you weren't here, be kind to yourself. Take a moment to yourself at least once a day. Meditate, turn off your phone. Just cater to yourself so that you can be your best self to everyone in your life. Like Asia said, in my music, I really talk a lot about inner work and just sometimes having to look in the mirror. So that's all about what I just said. So just self-love. Take the time for yourself, put you first. And I think that's it. Yeah. Love y'all.
Such a beautiful message. And as I always tell y'all, y'all got to take at least 5 minutes a day for yourself. It
Yeah.
is all about self work. It is all about self care because you can't blame anyone for how your life turns out but yourself. We are all accountable. We are all responsible for being our own authentic selves. If we continue to follow behind what everyone else is doing, we lose who we are. Remember who you are. We're no longer losing ourselves. So,
Yes.
with that, Dom B, would you please grace us with a short verse or two?
Absolutely. Anything for you, Asia. So if you already follow me, you already listen to my music, I know that you know this song. It's my go-to song. I open up with this song. It's just this is my song, so y'all know this. But this this song is called "Let Me Know." I'm just gonna sing the verse and then I'll go into the chorus. Okay. I can't put you in control of this lonely heart you stole. If you're ready, baby, let me know. And all this love I never show, you can have it for your own. If you're ready, baby, let me know. Let me be the one to make you feel like no one has made you feel. No hand-me-downs or fake love, my shit too real. I'm here whenever you want it, baby. I need it, babe. You play the game and not participate. It's kind of crazy. More interested in my mind, and that feels amazing. Wanna be with you like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all damn day. Baby, 'cause you're worth the wait. Hey, I can't put you in control of this lonely heart you stole. If you're ready, baby, let me know. And all this love I never show, you can have it for your own. If you're ready, baby, let me know. That's it. Before I go on.
Oh my goodness! Oh, Queen! Yes! You blew the house off. Let me tell you, we got some woo with fire signs. God bless you. Love it. Such a beautiful, pretty voice. Amazing. Give me chills as I'm singing the top of my lungs. Yes. Voice like a but that I don't know what that word is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not hooked. I'm a little older. But I also hear see here, before I ask this last question that I see in the comments, please, if you look at the bottom of the screen, please go and follow Dom B on Instagram. Her Instagram is official Dom period B. Please go follow her on Instagram. Also, please go follow her on YouTube. You can I put the link in the comments. Please follow her, subscribe, like, and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Let's pull those views up, okay? We need to get her like on all mainstream platforms, all right? Share her music with people who are going through tough times because her music will help get you out of a space and help you find peace. That is what makes Dom be authentic, okay? Yes. Okay, we have one more question. I want to get to that question before we go. Um, what does Dom B do to recenter herself? That's a
Ooh,
question.
that's a really good question, and I love that question. So to recenter myself, and you can ask any of my friends, I'm going to some body of water. So I grew up in Burlington. Behind my house, we had this trail and it led to this huge lake. So when I first started writing, I would always just walk back there and just sit by the lake and just write and just reset, release. I would scream. Wouldn't scream too loud though, because there were houses around. They definitely would have. But just water. Water makes me feel calm. Water makes me feel small. It just
Mm,
makes me feel like just a piece of the universe, which I am, but sometimes
yes,
there's so much on us and everything is coming at us. But when you go to the water, it just kind of, I don't know, it cleanses you.
yes.
So I'm going to the water for sure, or just being in nature if I can't get there. But yeah, taking my shoes off, walking outside, connecting with the earth, feeling the energy in the grass, in the street. So being in nature or water for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love that you gave amazing grounding tips because a lot of times people want to recenter themselves and someone to give them a statement that's kind of open ended without giving them the tools.
Mhm.
So, thank you for giving the tools of grounding by putting your feet in the grass and walking in the grass. Also, by being by water, water is very cleansing. It removes so much energy. Sometimes even walking in the rain can be very cleansing and very grounding. So finding a way to be in nature will always recenter you. You just have to be in tune and be present in that moment.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So thank y'all so much. Thank you, Don B, so much for being here. You are absolutely amazing. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for blessing us with your presence today. Thank you for also blessing us with that beautiful live a cappella song.
Thank you, Asia.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This was fun. I was nervous, but once we started talking, it just flowed. So thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. So I just want to give everyone some information. Thank you for watching. If you can, please click the link in the description. I am in a competition for women over the age of 40 years old, and it's called Fabulous Over 40. And yes, I am 40.
Right.
This competition will allow me the ability to showcase my business, which is Surviving Not by Chance, and how we all survive not by chance, but we survive because we fought to survive. Now it's time for us to thrive. And if you can click the link to vote, it is free to vote every day. And y'all who have been supporting me, let me tell you, the support has been so real. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. I made it to the second round of the competition. And
Yes. You're winning, Asia. We're claiming it. You
Thank
are
you.
winning. We are claiming it. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. Not only did I make it to the second round, but I am still number one in my group. So we started off with 50 people. Now we're down to 20. The end of this week, it'll be 15. And then it's going to go, it's a couple different rounds. So I'm gonna keep y'all all informed and updated, but I appreciate all the love that has been pouring into me. I'm receiving all of the support from each person that has the opportunity to cheer me on. So thank y'all so much. I really, really appreciate it. Next week, we will be live again. And this special guest, she is absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to bring her on. We will be recording next week, Wednesday. And let me tell you the date. Right now, it's going to be November 1st. So we will be back recording on November 1st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will post the flyers for the next guest. We have so many guests lined up for this show. We're booked until end of November, beginning of December.
Oh, wow.
So I know it's quite a few people I haven't had the opportunity to get back to, but I'm moving as quickly as I can.
Booked and busy.
What the? Okay, sorry, y'all. My Wi-Fi acting up. I will talk to y'all again next week. Thank y'all all so much for watching. I love you all. Peace and blessings.
Bye.